Hello, hello. Looks like it's time. I'm doing more painting. Oh, if my camera decides that it wants to be in focus. I've already got some things painted, but I need to get some more things painted. So we're doing that today. We're doing that. I can kind of show you what I'm doing. I've got these painted already. Is it gonna focus on them? Never likes to focus. Come on. There we go. They look better from further away, I think. Oops, I'm hitting my camera. But got these painted already. And so I have some more cubes to paint. I'm gonna make some little logs. And actually here, I got this painted too. Another diamond ore. But I think I'm actually gonna start. Here, I'm gonna put these off to the side, all nice and aesthetic like. There we go. I think I'm actually gonna start with this set here. That's what this D20 is from. I'm painting all of these with different ores on them. That's my reference photo down in the corner there. Well, it's not even a photo actually. It's literally just the game. Whee! That's what this is for. I don't know if I want to go back and get the iron completely done, or if I want to go down the line and let's just get the iron done, I think. Make some of these off to the side. So, let's see here. I think I'm going to need to mix a color up. I used like a rose gold for the initial color, so it's all shimmery. I think it's a pretty good color, but I want something maybe a little bit darker to just add in some of those kind of brown spots in the the shimmer works, but let's give it a little bit of depth, I think. Ooh, just a second, my headphone cord is in my way. It's not like I'm listening to much of anything, but if the Minecraft music starts playing, that's always nice. So let's mix some paint. And I don't think I need too much. I think I probably need more orange than that, but I don't need too much paint. There's black. Yeah, I'm gonna need more orange. That's gonna be way too dark, I'm sure. It's not even gonna be brown, it's just gonna be might be okay actually. Oh, hello, kitty cat. I don't know if you heard the cat just hop down there off the table. This might be okay actually. Let's add a little bit of white and see how it looks. If we need to add some more orange, we will. If we need to add some more paint, we will. There might not be enough paint. Part of the reason I'm doing painting today instead of pouring resin is, one, because I kind of need to get these done so that I can pour the resin. That's too much white. Yeah, it'd be useful to have these so that I could pour the resin. And then also, like, I need to end at like a certain time. So this is something that I can quit in the middle of something. A little bit harder to do with pouring resin. How's that brown? That brown's honestly not too bad. I think I'm gonna need more of it though. Let's go back and make some more of this. We'll make more of this. Part of it is just because it's acrylic too. It's gonna dry out pretty quick. Get some orange paint. Don't need a ton of paint though. There's some more orange. It's really nice out today, so I have the window open over here. Partially just because the cats like to sit out on the windowsill. Works out well. They get their fresh air. I can keep an eye on them. They have a way to get in and out super easy. works well. I'm thinking this might be a better brown because there's a little bit more orange this time. It is kind of a muted brown, it looks like. Like, it's not actually that nice of a brown, the dark spots on the iron. I think this might be good. It's kind of an ugly brown, but I feel like it is kind of an ugly brown. Alright, let's see here. It's definitely interesting trying to get things to line up on here. Definitely interesting. I kind of finagled it, but alright, let's see. Where do I want the light to be? I think I'll just kind of match the, let me see, I'm gonna try and make it so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. If only it would focus, that would make it a lot easier to see what I'm doing. Ooh, hey, my wish has come true. Alright, let's see here. I'm kind of faking it a little bit. I'm trying to follow the, how the shapes are in the, reference image. So I've added some brown there that's not nearly as nice. But that is actually kind of the color there. I don't know if I want to add like a highlight. Maybe I'll add a highlight color too. There's not actually a huge highlight in the iron ore. Let's see. This one is like that. I think I want to kind of try to follow the have kind of the dark spots kind of, although actually there's not really a huge light source. So I don't actually need to worry about it too much. With like the diamond, all of the light is kind of looks like it's glinting off of it from one direction. This one doesn't seem to have that as much. This one does not. It's more, I don't know what the correct word. It's almost more matte. Like it's not as shiny, and the light's not extending from the same place. It's more ambient. So I can kind of make things up a little bit more. Which one is this? Hopefully this doesn't just look super odd. I just heard a kitty cat. Oh, hello, kitty cat. She is back. Yeah, hopefully that's not too odd. I think it's okay. It's kind of the colors that are in there, to be honest. It's kind of like a more muted yellowish brown. And then there's kind of that more orangey color in there. I think we'll continue with that. Do want to make sure that I don't stick the wet paint down or run into it. I guess I could actually make this one a little bit darker. I am trying to kind of follow this, even though, you know, I'm not doing an exact copy of the face of this, because there's not really room when I have, I'm not doing cubes. These, for example, I tried to do kind of an exact copy of the, or a rough copy of the face, like the shapes and everything. But for these ones, I am more so trying to kind of copy some of the individual shapes in there and the density of them. It's already getting dry. That's nice. To kind of give the feel of the ores. Hopefully it's working, or it will work. Same thing I'm kind of trying to do with the highlights and the shadows. Let's see here. Be nice if my camera actually decided to cooperate though. That would be good. Never likes to. Ooh. I have a cat shaking my table. Let's see, and then one more side here. I think maybe the shine on the of the rose gold paint will add all of the highlight that I need. I'm just kind of muting things down a little bit. Loop, loop, and loop. Alright. And it's starting to dry already, so I can start working on the rest of the dye. Try to be careful not to stick my finger in the stuff we've already painted. Yep, that side's nice and dry. I can set it down. Sweet. So, let's see. What's new with me? What should we talk about since there's not anybody here? I am kind of excited to get these done. I have realized how much time I'm putting into things. After I did a 5-hour stream the other night just painting these, it's just like, oh gosh, I need to raise my prices. I'm trying to make it so it looks all fancy, so you can kind of see what we're working on. There we go. I enjoy stuff like this though. Like, this is a fun excuse to go and do something a little bit more detailed. Like, I like doing this detailed stuff. It just takes so much time. It takes so much time to do the super detailed stuff. And maybe you don't consider this super detailed. I don't know. But the handmade inclusions and the painting things. Definitely takes time, but it's fun to do. It's fun inspiration as well. It gives me lots of ideas doing the themes like this. I enjoy doing dice based on things. Not necessarily this, like, overtly based on things. I always feel a little bit weird making things that are, like, explicitly based on something. Partially just for, like, legal reasons. I don't want to get sued for, like, using someone else's copyright or something. Ooh, that would not be fun. Don't expect any Mickey Mouse dice soon. That's not gonna happen. But I did actually. This story time. How this came to happen. How the Minecraft dice came to happen in the first place. I did a little bit of a trade with a friend where we made dice for each other. Another dice maker, which was fun. And I made a set of dice for her character and things, but we had talked because I think we'd both started playing Minecraft semi-recently, and we're having fun with that. And And so I went and made a couple of Minecraft dice to send along in that dice trade. And then I posted photos of it on social media. And I was fine making those because I wasn't selling them. It was just like a gift for a friend. It's just like, I'm not making any money off of these. This is just for fun. And then I had a lot of people on social media say, hey, if you make more, I would like to buy a set. And I'm like, I don't want to get sued. I don't know if I can make more and sell them or not. But I finally went and looked it up, and there are actually rules set in place by Mojang for selling fan art, which I think these would fall under. I think these would fall under fan art. I think we'll call that good for the copper. Not the copper, the iron. Let that dry. Let me move on. Let us move on. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll show you. But in the meantime, I'll start on the coal, or start on finishing up the coal. I don't think I have too much to do here. I'm just gonna maybe add a little bit of gray, just something for it's a little bit lighter to add a little bit of depth to this. I think I have a gray over here. Kind of a dark gray that's already just straight out of the bottle. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how this gray looks. Might be too light, actually. This might be too light. Might be too light. Let's mix that with a little bit of black, because I really don't want it too different. I want it to be hardly noticeable. This is just to kind of give the illusion of a little bit of depth. So let's just mix a little bit of this gray and a little bit of this black together. But yeah, no, I went and looked up the rules for. Oops, I'm so sorry. Hit the microphone. Selling Minecraft fan art, and looks like I can. There's some, rules gotta follow on how things can be marketed and how much you can actually, make and that sort of thing, which I can do just fine. I think it'll be fine. So, I'd been meaning to get her back around to making some more, because it's honestly been a while since I made those original dice and had everybody clamoring to get some for themselves. I'll say. That might be okay. I could probably go a little bit darker. Maybe a little bit darker. But I put it off for a while because I just wasn't sure what blocks to do. The original set that I did for the friend was a grass block and a diamond ore block. I was like, I think if I do sets, I want to do at least 4 dice in the set. I was originally thinking maybe 6, but I was like, nah, we'll just do 4. And then there's so many things to choose from. I'm like, which 4 things am I going to do? So I just put it off because I'm like, I'll figure that out later. I don't have to figure that out now. But I finally, since I started doing themed, like a different theme every month, I finally was just like, okay, I'm going to put it on the Patreon poll because I do want to get those done at some point. And we'll just, if it gets picked, we'll work on that. And it got picked. So, well, it actually tied, but I've been wanting to, that seems like a better gray. Slightly darker. And we're just going to add literally like a dot here and there. Let's see how this looks actually. Yeah, I think that gray will be okay. Maybe it should be a little bit darker even. Let's go even a little bit darker, I think. Get rid of the gray that I put on there. Okay. I'm gonna go even a little bit darker. I don't know. I need to figure out now some more not super complex dice to do. I made a set of crying obsidian dice, which I really like. Um, I need to look at my list. I'm sure I have some. I was debating doing like some like biome. Oh, I just put my hand in the brown paint. Forgot about the brown paint. That's okay. Is that much darker? Let's see how this gray looks. Yeah, that's better. I can barely even see. I can barely even see that gray, which is what I want. I want it to be super subtle. We're just gonna add a couple of little highlights here and there with this just slightly lighter gray. Like so lightly so slightly, oh, that's hard to say. So slightly lighter. Try saying that 10 times fast. I can't even say so now. But yeah, ever so slightly lighter. Just gonna go around and do that. Oh, let's see here. I think right in the middle. I don't know how much this will even actually add, but it's one of those things where I think it might. So we're just gonna do it. Doesn't hurt anything to do it. Just takes a little bit of time. Let's see here. That goes here. Yeah, it's very subtle. To be fair, it might honestly show up better once I have these in the actual dice, because these are going to get encased in resin. That's how this kind of works. Might show up a little bit better. That's something I kind of found. Like, it gets rid of kind of the texture of the paint, because there's light hitting the paint and I can see all of the raises and the bumps and stuff, which means that it can be hard to see all of the different colors, because I just see the bumps and the shape of the paint. There's like glare. It's like there's like glare on it basically at the moment. And once it actually gets encased in the dice, I think that will be kind of mitigated a little bit by the layer of resin. Let that dry for a second. And let me start thinking on our next die. It looks like we're going to do some copper, which I do have like copper paint, but I don't know that it's the right, it might be the right color. Could do some actual copper. And then I have like, I could do like maybe some like teal. Ooh, that looks very blue on camera, but it's a little bit more green in person. And then actually there's like a muted green in there as well. So maybe this mixed with a little bit of black. There's a lot of colors in the copper. Actually, maybe that mixed with some of the gray here. I think maybe that copper will actually work though. Cool, so that's going to be next. Yeah, the copper's going to be complicated. The other ones, I've just put down like one color, and then I go back in and I mix that same color to make it a little bit lighter. Oof. Why is it looking so dark all of a sudden? I've got so much light here. But yeah, most of them I just slap down one color and then go back in with, mix something a little bit lighter and a little bit darker and add some of those highlights and shadows. But the copper, we've got at least 3 distinct colors in there that I can kind of see. We'll zoom in on that next. But yeah, there's the orangey copper, there's the tealy copper, and then there's kind of like a muted green in there that I'll have to figure out. What I might do is I might just do the teal and the copper Although actually the teal's kind of dark as well. It's mostly like a darker teal color. Huh. Okay, I think this is probably, yeah, that's dry enough that we can grab it. I'm not too worried about spreading that gray paint all over the place. Okay. Continue adding a little bit of gray to my coal. Yeah, but what I was gonna say is I think maybe we'll just add a little bit of the teal. We'll do the teal and the copper, and then we'll go back in and add that green. Maybe do the green kind of over the teal. So where it's green at the moment, we'll paint it teal and then go back over it with the green. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just do the whole shape in the teal and then go back over it with the copper and the green. I'm trying to think of how it's going to be easiest to do that. What is this shape? This is like a shape that I like made up. This goes here. Oh, yay! I have some music again. I just have Minecraft open, so we're gonna get some Minecraft music every once in a while, which I am a-okay with. I like the Minecraft music, it's kind of nice. I have been playing with it off for the most part, because I've been, like, recording me playing Minecraft, but I do like the Minecraft music, so this is a good excuse to have it going. I usually, like, turn it back on for streams, if I'm streaming Minecraft, if I remember, which, so I don't actually turn it back on, because I always forget, but if I did remember, I would turn it back on. Let's see, there's that. There's this. And I think I just have, yep, just one more side here. This is the last side. Alright, there we go. Got a bunch of gray paint left over because I kept mixing in more and more of the black. That's okay. We'll let this find a side that looks dry. Set these off to the side as well. Alright, so the copper. I'm not sure what's going to be easiest to do. Trying to center things there. Good enough. Good enough. It's centered enough. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to do this. Do I want to, like, start with the teal? Do I want to start with the copper color? And honestly, a lot of the teal is actually a darker teal, so I think I might want to mix this maybe with some of that dark gray. Do I want to mix up all of my colors and then switch between them as I go? That could be an option too. Let's try mixing up some of our colors. I'm going to use some of this gray. We're going to make a couple of different teal and green colors. If we make enough of them, they won't dry out super fast, hopefully. Alright. Let's see how this looks with some of the green. Because it is kind of a dark yellowish green. If we need to add a little bit of yellow or something, we can do that too. But let's see how this looks. This might be okay. I think this might be okay, actually. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty much like the green. It's got kind of looks almost more gray on camera. It's like a really, it's like a darker muted green. I think that green's good. Let's see how the teal looks. Make it a little bit darker as well. We'll go back in and add some of the lighter teal highlights, I think, afterwards. But it looks like the majority of the teal is like a darker teal color. I do wish my camera had better, like, color correcting, because it turns everything blue. Like, whenever I'm trying to show something off, it looks so blue on the camera. Just like, that's not quite right. Not quite right. I think this actually could be a little bit more green, maybe? Maybe a little bit more green. I might add a little bit of a dark green. A little tiny bit. Yeah, just a little, like the barest amount. Like, I'm gonna dip my brush in it. Like, the barest amount of green. Although, actually, I'm working with such small quantities, that might be a lot of green. I guess we'll find out. Let's see, here's that a little bit closer. How's that color? I think actually it could be darker. I think that's what it is. I think I could add a little bit more black to it. Or maybe it's just not dark enough. The problem is that, like, adding black also mutes it a little bit, so it doesn't have, it's not quite as, what's the right, I don't know, it's not as vibrant. That's the word I'm looking for. Vibrant. It's not as vibrant of a color when I add more black. I'll add actual black this time instead of the gray, because the gray's really gonna tone it down. I think that's maybe a little bit better. It's possible I added too much green. I think maybe the teal was right. I just needed it to be darker. I'm gonna add a little bit more teal and a little bit more black. We're just slowly adding more and more paint. It's fine though. I'll need a bit of the I'll need a bit of this one. This is gonna be one of the main colors on this die, so. Alright, how does this look? I have glare again. Let me flip this around so I can actually see what I'm doing. I think that's close enough, honestly. I think that's close enough. I'm gonna add a little bit of water around the paint piles to hopefully help keep them a little bit moist. I'm also apparently adding cat hair around the paint piles. And that's not to keep them moist, that's just for aesthetic purposes, I guess, or something. Alright, let's see here. How do I want to do this? I think maybe... Huh. I don't know, I think maybe I'm going to... Let's start with the teal, and then we'll go back in and add our copper, maybe? I don't know, this one is going to be more difficult. Let me move things so that I can see them and you can see them. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna be... I think this is gonna be a struggle. Yeah, it might be easier to switch between the three colors and just do a side at a time, so I don't miss things. And also so that I know how much space I'm taking up. That's the other thing. It's like if I just do part of it, it's gonna look like it's not taking up enough space, and then I'll add something and it'll get in the way. Let me open my copper. I don't know. I feel like this isn't the efficient way to do it, but it might work out the easiest, kind of. I don't know. I don't know. Oops. Try moving this up to my face because I can't actually see. I don't know. The copper might be a little bit... Is the copper too bright in comparison to the other colors? I think I'll go back in with the highlights later and add some of the like bright teal. But I don't know if that's too bright or anything. Maybe I should add a copper thing here too. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We'll come back and add more if we need to. I just don't know. Let's do this one. Yeah. Switching between the colors might become a pain. Especially since colors dry out fairly quickly when you're working with acrylics. This light... I have so much glare. I wonder how does this look actually if I turn this light off? No. Turn that back on. I don't think it's I think it makes it a little bit too hard to see. Man, it is quiet today. I'm tempted to just I don't know, log off and go watch YouTube videos while I do this. But you know, I can talk to myself, that's fine. I can talk to myself. I'm obviously very good at talking to myself. It's a special skill of mine, just talking to myself. Let's add another little two. Actually, I think I'll do this one half teal, half green. There's that side. I do think maybe this will be easier to see once it's encased in resin, because again, there's kind of a little bit of glare, and everything's going to be a little bit brighter once it's all nice and shiny and evened out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's just going to be the teal. Just here, let me plotting things out. I'm plotting. Wahaha. Man, that is the reason I could never be a voice actor. Quite seriously. Not that I'm plotting, but that I literally cannot laugh in character. I could do commercials and stuff. But yeah, I cannot do a good like evil laugh or anything. That is what I've found out. I don't know why. Don't want to know why there's just that one thing, but man, that's the thing preventing me from heading that direction. Again, I feel like I could probably do commercial. I feel like I was pretty good at commercial reads in the voice acting class that I took. Character stuff, not as much. Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back with, like I said, the highlights. Just a second, I got kind of a clump of. Let me clean this up. I got like a little clump of paint there. Try not to stick my fingers in any of the other paint on here. Okay, I think I got it pretty cleaned up. I think I want some of the copper and some of the green on all of the sides. That's why I went and added just a little bit of copper there. I'm gonna run out of shapes at some point here. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's a few different shapes here, I guess. Trying to be kind of consistent so that all of the sides have similar the pixels on them are similarly sized, which is, I don't know, it's going all right. It's going all right, I think. Going kind of small. A little bit of green. Actually, I think this is going pretty all right for switching between all the colors. Like I said, I was kind of worried that it wouldn't work out, but it's working all right. Ooh, the emerald's gonna be fun. See, the emerald, again, like the diamond, has a nice, like, bright, like, I can just do white and, like, dark green and get that square shape in there. It'll look like an emerald for sure. Let's see here. I think another little copper 2, 1. And then maybe a teal 1. Because this one does actually have a lot of just like 2 pixels next to each other bits. The copper does. It has like big blobs and then like a bunch of like 2 pixels next to each other. So. Let's see here. Almost done with my tea. So I do want to. So I have all of these ores to get done. Why is there? Oh, I was like, why is there paint everywhere? I set my thing in the gray paint that I made. I'm making a mess over here. It's off camera though, so it's fine. Nothing to worry about. You didn't see anything, so it's all good. It doesn't exist. Only what is on camera exists. That's the thing I love about film as a medium, I guess. It's honestly kind of fun that. Oh, that's the music. I was like, is anybody else hear a sound of some sort? It's the music from the game. Oh, that got me for a second. I was just like, what is that? I figured it out. Alright, let's do another zigzaggy. Another zigzaggy. people like these. I hope people like these. It's one of those things where Minecraft's popular at the moment, so I bet people will. But there's always a certain amount of, I want to make things that people like. I want to make things that I like. That's why I made Minecraft Dice in the first place, is because I got super into Minecraft. I actually got super into Minecraft around the same time I started getting into making dice, which is kind of funny, now that I think about it. I got let's see, I tend to get super into one thing at a time, and then learn an embarrassing amount about it, or interact with it an embarrassing amount, and then I will find something else to be interested in, and move on to that, and the cycle just repeats. But it was Critical Role for a little while there, back in, up through 2020, probably 2019, 2020, and then in, back in 2020-ish, I think it was in 2020, we were all quarantined and I wanted something to do with friends, so I got Minecraft, since that's one of the things my brothers loved forever. It's funny, I got super into the two things that my brother has loved ever since we were kids. His two things were always D&D and Minecraft, and so I got super into Critical Role, and then I got super into playing Minecraft, just I'm stealing your things. Not that he cares. We get it. My brother and I get along really great, which is really nice. But yeah, I started playing Minecraft back in 2020, and I literally pretty much just played it once a week, with my brother and a friend. That was pretty much it. But then of course, got sucked into watching Hermitcraft and that sort of fun stuff. I worry that it's not. Is it gonna focus? That's the real question. Yeah, I worry that it's not going to stand out enough. I'll do the other side and then we'll go back in with that little bit of bright teal, and I think that might help. I think that might help things pop. Help the color be a little bit more noticeable. I don't know. I am noticing that I feel like a lot of the ores have somewhat similar shapes to them. Okay, let's move on to the next side. What is this next to? This one looks like it'd be perfect for one of the little kind of L of copper. What are the rules for Minecraft music? I don't actually know. I assume that it is okay to play on stream and YouTube and stuff, because it seems like other people play Minecraft music on YouTube videos and play games and things. So I kind of have assumed that it's okay, but hopefully it actually is. I should figure out music for my other streams. I should also figure out music that's a little bit more consistent. Another one of those things where it's I wonder if I could just play Minecraft music as background music for things. I don't know why. cleaned off my... Or, I don't feel bad doing it now, because I do actually have the game open, and I'm doing something Minecraft related. But I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the rules are. I must follow the rules, so I don't get sued. That's really what it is. I don't want to have any copyright problems. I'm angling it towards myself because I have so much glare. Like, I really have so much glare. Okay. What are you doing, cats? Oh, goodness. Somehow you moved my Streamlabs window, cat. Camera seems fine, no? Goodness. My goodness. I do declare. Eclairs. And we'll add one of the teal ones. Koshi, what's going on? I know that was not that freaked out, but what's going on? There's something outside that's scary? Apparently there's something outside that's scary. I think that must be what has happened since the cats came rushing in from the windowsill very quickly. Ah, man, I do like acrylic paint and how fast it dries. I must say it is nice. It's nice that I don't have to wait super long before rotating the dye. Alright, let's see, what is this next to? That and that and that. So let us do one of our longer L shapes. I don't think I'm next to one of those. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm trying to kind of spread things out so I don't have like a bunch of like the same shape next to each other. Hello, Luna. A completely different cat has arrived. What's going on? What's going on, baby? Is there something scary outside? Is it a neighbor? Or neighbor's dog? Yeah, you can sit inside. You're safe inside. To be fair, I have some jumpy cats, though. I have one cat that is just, like, so excited to meet new people. Like, he loves people so much. My oldest cat, I would say, is the most, like, kittenish. Like, he has so much energy. He has way too much energy. And he doesn't know how to get rid of it. But yeah, Fitz is my oldest cat. And he has so much energy and he loves people. My brother and I say that he doesn't understand cat body language. Because, I don't know. He tries to play with the other cats and they don't want to play with him and he doesn't seem to get that. And then he does things like, if he's trying to get another cat to, that he doesn't really even know necessarily to come hang out with him, he'll just like flip onto his back and like wiggle towards them. It's like, are you a dog? What is happening here? It seems like a dog sort of behavior more than cat behavior. He also, yeah, maybe he's just a dog in disguise. He also loves little kids because they will chase him. He loves to be chased around. He tries to get me to play tag with him in the backyard. Like, that's something that he does. Just like, come chase me, come play. And then he's very sad if I don't play tag with him in the backyard. Like, he really wants to play tag. Such an energetic cat. The other cats are pretty content to just lay around and sleep all day, but no, not Fitz. Fitz wants to be playing. He also sleeps a bit, but if he had his way, we'd probably be playing out in the yard 24/7. I put a little bit too much paint. Just a little bit chunky. Big blob at the moment. Let's see if we can shape that a little bit. Apparently not well. Okay, there we go. There we go. Another drink of tea. Oh. I need to actually move around a little bit. I've been sitting cross-legged and I just realized that my knees were all like locked up. Alright, what have we got surrounding this? So we've got that, and that. So let's do one of the like completely green ones. I might have enough paint. That's exciting. Although it's starting to get a little bit dry and clumpy. We're doing another one of the ones that's like just pretty much entirely the teal and green color. Let's see here. Alright. Add a little bit of water around the screen again. Just want it to stay damp, please. I need the green. Okay. And then let's see, this one goes bloop. And bloop. Should I do a side that doesn't have any of the actual orange bit on it? No, I think I want the orange on all of the sides. I want the orange on all of the sides. But this one can be maybe not as busy as some of the other ones. Where do I want to put it? Do I want to put it here or here? I'm going to put it here. And then we will do a teal one as well. That seems like a good plan. Seems like a good plan. Cool. Let's see, what do we have surrounding this? We've got one of those. Yeah, one of those. One of those. One of those. So we're gonna do. Wait, no, one of the. Okay. One of those, one of those, and one of those. So we'll do the one with the bigger L shape. You probably might not know what I mean by the bigger L shape, but the one on the very bottom with the orange, it has kind of the slightly extended orangey copper bit. That's what I mean by the extended L. I just grabbed like way too much paint all over my paintbrush. There we go. Oh man, I just don't know what to talk about. I usually try to keep talking during streams, just because I know that, like, I like streams as background noise. figure other people probably use streams as background noise. So if I'm not talking and there's not music playing, like, there's no background noise there. So what's the point? Let's see, there's that. And then let's add a... where do I want to add that? I could just leave it like that. We'll just add a combination teal and green one, I think. Hello, kitty cat. There's a kitty cat right here. Hello, what's up? Do you want to come sit in my lap? You want to come sit in my lap, baby? Want to come down? I'm working on stuff, but you can come sit in my lap if you want. Kitty cat. Kitty cat, hello. You just hanging out? You can just sit there too, that's fine. Alright, one more side. One side more. Let's see here. And we're going to do another, I think, completely green one, because it looks like that's what's not on this side, or not adjacent to it. So let's see, let's do another complete green one, and then I'm going to go back in with just the like bright teal color, and we'll add some highlights, because it desperately needs some highlights. I think that's what we're missing, is just some highlights. The highlight reel. It's nice out today. We're in that weather where it keeps fluctuating between like very cold and nice. I feel like that happens every year. It's like, in the 60s for a few days, then it's like back down to like 30. Just like, make up your mind, please. Let it be spring. I always say that we have our week of spring, because it always feels like, it's like, 30 degrees, and then we have like a week where it's like nice, where it's like nice and in like the 50s and 60s, maybe maybe high 60s, maybe the 70s once or twice, and then it's like 102. This is all Fahrenheit. It's definitely not Celsius. I don't know the conversions, though. 32 is 0. I know that. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius. But otherwise, I do not know. I don't know the conversion. It's one of those things where I used Celsius in, like, science class and stuff, but I don't know how it relates to, like, human temperatures. Like, I don't know what's hot. Like, what is considered hot? Or what is considered cold? Alright, there we go. We've got all of that in, which is exciting. And I'm glad that the paint lasted for me. And then, like I said, I'm just going to go back in with our nice bright teal, and we'll add some little highlights because it needs it. I might let this dry for a second, actually. Let's see, what do we have so far? We've got those so far. We've got our diamond, our iron, and our coal. And then we'll have our copper done. And then we'll move on to our emerald. Part of the inspiration for this is I've done a couple of Minecraft themed commissions now, and one of them I did a couple of ore dice, but I did them as D10s. So I'm like, okay, so I could translate this. I can make it look like diamond ore or emerald ore or whatever, but on a different shape that's not a cube. I think I could do that. I can do that. Let's see here. Ooh. I feel like Saturdays are always really quiet. No one's here for Saturdays. Or is it because of my blurry camera? Why does my camera never want to focus? Where is it focusing? It's like focus back here. instead of focusing. Okay, just a second. I'm actually going to let's actually try to focus. No. How's that? Is that focused? No, it's not. Just a second here. Let me get my arm out of here. That's closer. Oh, it's not actually. I think that's a little bit better. Ew. Those are the two options here? Sorry, I'm messing with the exposure. Oops. That's not helpful. It's not helpful if I completely drop the camera. Where did there's my iron. Although actually, I don't know, is that exposure a little bit better too? I think we're at such a close quarters here that that seems a little bit better on the focus though. Let's apply that. Okay, let's try that. Is that a little bit easier to see now? I think that's a little bit easier to see. It means that I can't do this because it's not going to autofocus, but we can at least kind of see what we're doing down here. I think this is probably, that's dry enough. We can add some of our bright teal now. Nice and bright. It looks so blue on camera. Oh, I wonder if I can mess with those settings too. Ooh, we're doing it live, folks. Saturation, white balance. I don't want to mess with the white balance. I think I'm gonna mess that up. It's gonna end up looking weird. We're just know that it's more tealy than it looks on camera. It's not quite that blue. All right, let's see here. How do I want to? Let's just start. The green's there, which means that I want my nice bright teal. Ugh, it's sticking to my. I think I might actually grab some of the paint and then mix it with a little water because it is kind of gloopy. It is not very liquidy paint. Let me fix that a little bit. It's like it's kind of started to dry just a little bit. It's like thicker. Okay. Get some actual paint on my brush and not just a gloop of something. All right, let's see. We want this to be right there. I think that'll help. I worry though that the other stuff's still too. Oh right. I worry that the other stuff is still too dark. You can kind of see what I mean about the glare now too. But let me just go through and add some of this. And we'll see if that helps at all. Yeah, maybe I made the other stuff too dark and muted. That might be my problem. You know what? Actually, I'm going to add more of this than I was originally planning to, just to bring in more of that color. And that's fine. does. It needs it. It needs that nice bright pop. That's that. That actually doesn't have any bright teal. Just add a little dot there. This one has some bright teal here. And dark. Alright, and we'll over here again. And that one doesn't have any. Okay, that one doesn't have any bright teal. Okay. Yeah, I think the brighter color definitely helps. Obviously it's not focused now, but I think that brighter teal color helps. Let me start here because that side doesn't have any. And then this one. That paint is so thick. Oh, this paint is thick, bro. I don't know why I said that. Alright, I'm gonna try and hold this delicately while I do the rest of the sides here so I don't put my fingers in the paint. That side doesn't need any. Yeah, some of the kind of globs just don't have any of the bright teal color. Some of them do. Some of them do. Yeah, I think that helps though. I think that helps immensely. And that should be everything on that one. Yeah, I worry that maybe it's not bright enough or saturated enough or something. We're okay. That side had pretty much dried. Yeah, that's one of those ones where I don't. It might look better once it's actually in the mold. All right, let's move on to our emeralds, and I might actually end up kind of doing the emeralds slightly different, which maybe sounds weird, but there we go. Now the music just, there we go. There we go. There's the emeralds. Because I feel like the emeralds, I can almost just do green squares and it looks good. Which color do I want? Do I want the dark green? Which color is going to be more emeraldish? I feel like it's kind of in between these two. It's kind of in between these two. I don't know, is the darker or the lighter better? The darker or the lighter green? I'm talking about the mid-tone here too. So this is going to be the color that is, I guess maybe I can use both. What colors did I use? Let me look at the emeralds that I made already, because I made some a while back. I need to scroll a ways through my photos. But I made some for a commission, like I said. See if I can go find a photo of those. See what color I used for the emeralds, because I like the way that those ones turned out. Wrong set. Okay, I used the lighter green and then I used the darker green as the Okay. I see. So I did the lighter green and then I used the darker green as like kind of the dark spots in there, and I used white. So that is doable. I'm gonna do mostly, I realize that there's kind of like some faded green and stuff around the emeralds, but I'm gonna do mostly squares. do some of the bigger spots. Because there's quite a few just kind of squares here, obviously. But there's those two ones that are kind of in the middle. I don't know if you can... No, I don't think you can't see my cursor. But the two... Oh yeah, you can. You can see my cursor. Yeah, so these bigger spots here, do I want to try and do those at all? No. Let's see if I can get this so you can see what I'm doing. It's always helpful when I do that, I feel like. You know, make it so you can see what I'm doing. Let's just do a couple of squares for now, and then I can decide on the next face if I want to try and do one of the bigger pieces. So I don't know. Still not sure. Let's see. What time do I want to be done today? Like I said, I have a thing this evening, and I want to get a couple things done before then. But I don't really have a strict time limit. I'll probably go for 2.5 hours or something. That seems to be kind of my normal stream length. 2.5, 3 hours. Ooh, that is not a very good square. Pay no attention to this square. It's not a very good square. Alright. Do I want to try and do... I guess these bigger ones are honestly just like bigger squares that are kind of partially hidden. It's like they're kind of peeking through breaks in the stone. I mean, I could. Do I want to? Or do I want to just do a bunch of individual emeralds? I'm just going to do a bunch of... I might do one side that has like the bigger thing and maybe put that on like the highest face. That might be kind of cool. For the most part, I think I'm just going to do individual emeralds. Just because I think they look nice. I'm trying to figure out what was the reference image that I used for the last thing I did, because I think I must have used a reference that I found on like Google. Because the way I have some of those arranged is different than this. Did the emerald ore change with 1.17? Because the ore designs changed fairly recently. Maybe the emerald ore also changed. Maybe I was just looking at a pre 1.17 emerald ore sort of thing. Let's just do maybe one on this side. That's kind of fun every once in a while. And also the number will be here, and that'll actually fill up some of the space. So it's not going to look, you know, completely empty. Do another probably 2 here. This is nice though. It's just a bunch of squares. I can paint a bunch of squares, you would think, although my all of my pixels are not very square. All of my pixels are very kind of just blobs of paint. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone. Alright. There's those. Let that dry for a second. And yeah, I need to decide if I want to do any, like one of the bigger ones. I guess we might as well, right? Might as well do one of the bigger ones. Why is my phone flashing? Ah, I see. My phone is flashing because there's people texting. I went and turned my ringer off because I have a couple of friends that are building a website in the group chat. Just like, guys, my phone is just exploding. What is going on? But that's a-okay. It is a-okay. It's just kind of funny. Just kind of funny to me. So let's see. So far, while that dries for a minute, we've got our diamond ore and grass blocks for our D6 sets. And I'm going to try and get these ores painted, and then the next thing I want to do is try and get these painted to look like some logs. So I'm just going to kind of paint two ends with kind of the log end sort of look. Which, honestly, that's going to be good because I like to paint two ends on these. Didn't think about that, but that's excellent. And then, if we have time, and I doubt we'll have time. Just because, we're going to try and get all that stuff done first. I'm going to try to paint some Minecraft flowers. I have a plan for that as well. How's this looking? I think that's the driest side, and it's still looking a little bit damp. Yeah, for these, so I was originally, while that dries, let me just kind of show you the plan for these. Although I have my screen so perfectly aligned. That's okay. I was originally thinking, oak log, but I think the color matches up with spruce better. It doesn't really matter because the design is the same. I'm just going to be doing the top design here, so we'll be doing this basically on two ends of the cubes. And then, so that'll be, we'll have our, let's fix this. We'll have our grass blocks, our diamond ore blocks, and our log, and then it's going to be a set of 4. And for the 4th one, I'm actually going to be doing one of these. I could not decide what I wanted to do for the longest time, because it's like, I think the 3 blocks that I kind of have so far are very kind of starter game overworld stuff. And I'm like, what else is like starter game overworld sort of blocks? And I'm like, I could do cobblestone, but that seems kind of not exciting to paint or make. Like, and I already have like the stone of the diamond ore here. So it's just like, I don't know about that, but I feel like it's kind of just classic. I'm going for kind of a classic sort of set. Even if it has, new textures and stuff. We're going for kind of a classic set with a poppy and a log, diamond ore, and a grass block. And then this is going to be, a set of ores. That's going to be an 8-piece set. That's what we're working on right now. And then the reason I have all of these flowers over here is I was going to do another set that is just a different flower in each die. So we're gonna make some little pixel art that's a little plus sign like this. I have some clear plastic. I've done this before and it worked out really well. And we're gonna make ones for each of these flowers. We're missing some of the flowers, obviously, but I wanted to try and get kind of a range of colors and shapes and things. So I went and sacrificed some of the flowers so that I could kind of try to get a little bit of everything. I just don't have enough dice to do all of the flowers. I guess I could do extra D6s or something, but that's okay. That's okay. It's just not gonna have all the flowers. Alright. That seems to be getting drier. So let's add some more squares. And like that one, we'll kind of rotate around that point. This one I think should have 3 because the one next to it just has 1. Where's my focus? That seems like the focus is okay. All right. This isn't quite the right green either, but it's so much easier to use paint out of the tubes, as it were, as opposed to trying to mix my own. I could mix it and make it kind of a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler of a green. Mix it with some white, try and mute it a little bit, but we're just gonna go with this green because it's easy. Again, don't tell anybody. Let's see, put another one here. Doing another square. And I'm going to do one last one here because I want 3 on this side. And there we go. There's our 3. Let's move on to our next one. Yeah, that seems to be dry enough. I'm still debating. If I want to do a big... Well, let's paint it and see how it looks. See if we like the shape of it, and then we can decide. So let's see. There's a corner missing. I'm gonna paint the whole shape of it here, and it goes down like 3. It goes over 2. So lines up with this. And then it's here. It goes over another 2. Let's see, 1. Looks a lot smaller. I guess part of it, to be fair, is that I wasn't planning on doing the kind of dark green around it. So maybe we will do one of the bigger ones. It's really only that big, which isn't actually. It needs to be a little bit bigger than that. Just comparing it to the other ones. Let's make it just slightly bigger, I think, because this is about the same size as those, and this is actually supposed to be 3 by 3, and those are supposed to be 2 by 2. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. And then we'll call it good. There we go. That seems a little bit better. Still in that corner that's missing a piece. All right, there we go. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I think that'll work out fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then we'll just go back to adding like maybe 1 on this side. Yeah, we'll do 1 on this side. The other one that has just a single one is on the complete opposite side. So we'll just do 1. Keep it all mixed up. Do lots of different things. And then this one, probably another 2. Although I could try and do the other kind of slightly larger shape. No, let's just do 2. We'll just do that one bigger one, because The other one honestly looks more difficult to do because I'm trying to figure out what is the kind of background and what is the actual piece. Because I'm not really doing the kind of background dark green bits. I'm just doing the actual squares of the emeralds themselves. My paint is starting to get a little bit clumpy on my brush. Let me wash my brush just a second. And then let's add our second one. Does anybody know how often the Minecraft music plays? Like, is there like a time? Is it on like a timer, or is it kind of random? Is there a certain amount of random to it? All right, there's that. Let that dry for a minute, and we're gonna add our dark green and our white. Let me put some of these other colors away that I don't need anymore. And grab my white. And while we're doing that, let's figure out, so we're going to do gold for this. So I'm going to need yellow. Actually, I might use, do I want to use an actual gold color and then highlight with yellow? That might be kind of cool for the D6. Maybe I'll do that, because it's kind of like a darker color, maybe. Or I could, you know what I might do? I think I'm going to do it in gold. I'm going to do it in gold, like a gold paint. For the darker color of the gold, I'm going to use like a bronze. And then for the highlights, I'm going to use a bright yellow and a white. Yellow. Cool. I think I've got a plan. So we're going to start with the gold on that one. And kind of get the shapes filled in with that. And then we'll go over the top of that with the other colors. But this is drying, so we'll get that done first. It'll probably be faster if I actually started on the gold one while I wait for the green to dry so I can add another layer, but it's alright. It's fine. Move my mixing palette out of the way. Don't need that at the moment. And my copper paint, don't need that at the moment. We're getting close to being done with the ores. I swear, I don't know, I feel like these are going a lot faster than these did. Maybe it's just because these I was trying to follow like an exact sort of shape. Like, I tried to kind of match the actual pattern on the grass and the actual pattern on the diamond, and these ones are a little bit more free form. I'm copying things, but I can kind of put them wherever I want. Maybe it's because of that, but oh, kitty cat. Excuse me, I'm trying to have things dry. I do not need you there. Okay, I think we're okay. We're okay. That'll be nice for the gold though, to use like an actual gold color, like I used an actual kind of shimmery color for the iron, which is fun because those are kind of metallic. For this one, this ore, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. For the diamond ore, oh, I don't know why I'm holding it there, but it has like a shimmer. I added like a glitter paint on it. Oh, here, well. Well, we'll set that off to the side to dry. While I'm doing that, I think I can, now that I have figured out how to focus. I don't know if you can kind of see, like there's always a little bit of glare. Just maybe easier if I turn the light down a little bit. Maybe not. But there's just little little bit of glitter on where all of the diamonds themselves are. I did that with these as well, and that's what I did with the original. Oh, maybe you can see it a little bit better on these. That's what I did on the original 2 dice that I made as well. I'm gonna set this here and so I can refocus. Okay. There we go. That seems nice and actually that seems nice and focused now. Excellent. Oh, actually, oh, perfect. I'm pretty much focused just on the table now. So exciting. Let me angle this one better though. Yay! That looks so much better. Got these ores so far. I'm still not sure on the copper, whether it's too dark or not. Because obviously the little bright bits in the copper stand out, but there's the darker bits that I don't know. I might revisit that before I actually pour the resin. Alright, how's this doing? There's some sides that are maybe a little bit damp still, but we can start adding our dark green on top. I'm gonna try and pick one side that the... Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, we're gonna do down in this corner, I think. I'm gonna do that for... I don't know why I closed that paint. I need that paint. I'm gonna do that for all of these. The dark green down in the corner. Unless we get to the big one. The big one, I'll have to look at the design a little bit more. It's a little bit more complicated. I'm trying to keep it kind of square, but the brushes is not super square. The brush itself is round, so I end up kind of painting square-ish, very soft squares, blobs on here. Okay, here's the complicated one. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Where's the dark bits? Yeah, good music. So there's a dark spot here. Dark spot here. Although it's kind of dark all the way along, kind of through the middle. I think I'm going to paint this whole area the dark green. Leave that corner down, and that corner the light green. I'm going to kind of do a dark green all the way through here. Yeah, and then we'll add our highlights. I think that'll work out. We'll find out. We'll find out if it works out. And while we're on these sides, let's add our white, and then we'll do the dark green and the white on the other sides in a minute. Someone has messaged me on Discord. Let's see here. Where's the white go on this? It goes right here. Don't know if I like this side or not. Don't know if I like that side or not. I might redo that side. These ones I feel like look much more emerald-like. Yeah, I think those look much more emerald-like than than that other side. The other side I think needs some more colors to make it readable. I don't know, it might be one of those things where I step away for a bit and I come back and I'm like, okay, it looks fine, but I don't know that it translates quite the same as the squares. Yeah, I don't think that translates quite the same. I'm just going to scrape this off and we're going to redo it. This is also the nice thing about, that's a nice thing and also a bad thing about acrylic paint. Ta-da! Problem solved. We're just going to add and do a square. Maybe 2 squares. And that should, I think that'll translate better. I tried doing the bigger emerald, but we're going back to the basics. Going back to basics. In this case, we're going back to squares. This might be the only one that's not like completely up to date, but it's okay. It's readable. That's the main thing. That's really the main thing, isn't it? You want things to be recognizable. So even if it's not quite the updated version with the bigger emeralds in there, I think it's readable as being emeralds. Those look like emeralds. Do need to let that dry now. While I'm doing that, let me maybe start figuring out. I know what I'm doing on that, so I can do that without looking. I could do it with my eyes closed. That's not what I mean at all. All right. So let's maybe move on to the gold while I let that dry for a minute. And I'm actually going to use the gold, and I'm going to figure out the shapes with that, and then we'll come back in. We'll come back in with our bronze and our yellow to do the highlights. Yeah. So I'm thinking kind of that, kind of like this darker orange is going to be the bronze. I was thinking maybe this mid-tone. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. So I'm thinking maybe this mid-tone here would be the actual like gold color, and then this would end up being yellow, and this might end up being like white, and then this darker one would be bronze. I don't know if that's going to be enough of the actual gold color though. I don't know, will that look weird? I think maybe I will. We'll paint everything the gold, we'll add the bronze, and then we'll see how the yellow looks, and if we don't like the yellow, then maybe we'll scrap that and just use it for the very, very bright highlights. That seems like an idea. So let me get some of these shapes painted on here. I could try and do this exactly like the block, but I think I'm going a little bit. So like this diamond ore here, I went and matched it to the actual block. This is actually like all of the little dots and everything are where the diamonds are in the diamond ore block. I could try and do that with this gold one, or I could just do like a couple of things on. I don't know if the scale's going to be right. I feel like I'm doing these maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe not. Let's try it. Let's try doing the actual, I don't know. It's one of those things where none of the other ones are exact. So I don't know if it'd end up just kind of strange if I just did the D6 exact. Or if I should do it kind of more random like the other dice. I'll try doing one side that's exact and we'll see how it looks. Got some gold paint. So, let's see here. Probably shouldn't have put this right next to the other blocks if I was going to do this. So, I think let's start with kind of one of the bigger spots. Eee. there. And that's here. Yeah, it goes up a couple. I started a little bit too close. Started too close to the top there. Let's try that again. Yeah, this is. I'm concentrating so hard right now, like you wouldn't believe. And then this goes up one here. That is not very even. Did not make that very even. That's okay. And then it goes down. And then there's a square here. And there's a kind of a little thing here. This is honestly a really busy sort of pattern. The gold is. There's a lot going on here. But let's see if I can do this pattern on one side of the die. This is kind of a... Hello, kitty cat. Oh, please be careful. Please be careful. Careful, toes. Alright, thank you. This is just going to be me, a stream of me going, I don't know, maybe. I think maybe I can do this. I think I can do this. It's just going to be, it's going to be something. And I'll show you. Show you how it looks if I try to do the actual pattern. There's kind of the actual pattern. Hopefully you can kind of see it there. Yeah, I guess I might as well try and follow the pattern. Excuse me, cat. Yes, thank you for not walking right in front of my camera. Not like the other kitty cat. Alright. We'll try and do it again. I'm going to assume that it kind of works the same way as the diamond, where it just kind of rotates and exactly the same on all the sides. That would make the most sense to me. So yeah, I think this definitely is going to take longer than some of the, than doing everything else. I think I was right in thinking that. It takes longer if I'm trying to exactly match a pattern. Whereas with the other ones, I'm kind of making stuff up as I go. I think that I was correct. Alright, and then there's a dot up here. And then there's a square. And then there's a thing down here. Where's the... My hand is not steady enough for this. Alright, anyways. I'm concentrating, so I'm getting all quiet here. But we can keep talking about stuff. Let's see. be really funny if someone just like clicked onto the stream and it was just me making villager noises. That's just me like half of the time though. Just like paralysis by analysis, as some would say. It's just like I don't know what I want to do. And just sit there hemming and hawing. That's really what the villager noises sound like, is me sitting there hemming and hawing. I'm gonna call them hemming and hawing noises now. The villager noises. There. And there's the cubes. No, a couple more squares up here. Trying to get them to actually look square. And a little bloop. There's another one. Tilt that up. Get another side done. And then we'll let those all dry. Go out one. And down. Trying this slightly different. I'm starting in a different spot on this part of the gold bit. And then it goes out one more. One little thing that goes out. Yay, more music. More music. Not quite enough room for this square. We're gonna kind of fudge this one so I can get everything to fit. We're kind of squishing things a little bit. I must say, having music though does take the pressure off a little bit to keep talking all the time. But also, I think part of that's just because I get distracted. I'm just like, oh, pretty music, we shall listen to it. It is the pretty music that is playing. Alright, I think I'm faking this okay. Like I said, this one got a little bit kind of squished. Alright, I need to let that dry for a minute so that I can move on to the other sides. And then yeah, we'll come back to this one. I think. Oh, actually, no. We can do this. We can do that one. We can do this one. We can just set then it on one of these sides, and it'll be fine. All right, back to the emeralds. Oh. Hi, Sigilin. Sorry. When did you show up? I've just been talking to myself. Thanks. There's a Dice Maker Discord. Sure. I might end up muting it, but it's nice to be included. I get so overwhelmed in Discords. But you can send me a link. You mute every Discord you're in. I have 2 Discords that I don't have muted. I have my Discord, because I do try to stay up. I try to stay up to date with all the stuff. Okay. I think you can still DM me even if we're not, like, added as friends. Since I don't really had people as friends on Discord. I have, like, maybe my brother added. Um, but no, I have my Discord that is. To be fair, I have all notifications on my phone turned off for Discord, but I have notifications on my computer for my Discord. Partially because I just want to keep an eye on what's going on in there, just so if I need to do some moderating of some sort, I can. And okay, cool. I'll probably check that out after the stream so I can poke around a bit in there. And then also you're lurking because you're playing a game. Oh, fun. I'd ask you what game and stuff, but it sounds like you are busy. if you stop responding anyway. Fair. Yeah, I was saying earlier that like I like Red Dead Online. I didn't know that it had like an online version. Ugh, I've got something in my throat. I was saying earlier though that like I like putting on things in the background. Like I don't necessarily, I don't know. I just like putting things on as background noise, and I figure people do that with my stream as well. It's just like, yeah, it's just something to listen to while doing something else, which is okay. Okay. So it's one of those things I never really know. Oh, that's so nice. I'm glad you can come hang out for a bit. Get some white paint. What was I gonna say? I was going to say something, but I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, I was gonna say something like along the lines of like, I don't necessarily know how many people are watching at a time. Like it has like a viewer count, but I don't know that that actually includes people that are lurking. Because like it says 2 viewers, but then if I actually like click on who's in the chat, it has like 3 people listed. So I think maybe it doesn't count people who are lurking. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. It's not like it really matters. I'm just been confused by it. I don't know why it says 2 different things. I'm hitting my. I wonder if that's to like, so it doesn't include like my Streamlabs bot and stuff. It's like people aren't interacting, then if they came with a raid and they don't click on your name, then they don't count. Oh, interesting. I count as a viewer. Ah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Twitch works, obviously. Who knows? I did at least, I think, figure out my camera focusing. I finally just manually focused it so that it was on the table. Because it was annoying me that it kept autofocusing not where I wanted it to. Nothing was in focus. Nothing. I say. I'm trying to, how can I grab this? Okay, there we go. It's like, how do I grab this so that I'm not... And then let's set it down like that, I think. That one's all done. Excellent. The emerald ore is all done. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll show you. But I've got these done so far. I've got my diamond, I've got my iron, I've got my coal, I've got my copper. Again, not sure on the copper if it's bright enough. Might need to add a little bit more color to the copper. But now we've got our emerald, and then we're starting on our gold as well. Looks like the first side of the gold ore is all dry, so we can continue on. Okay. Oh, thanks. I got a large response on social media when I posted the original dirt block and diamond ore block D6s. So now I'm finally getting around to making some actual Minecraft dice. Whew, they're taking a while though. They're taking a while. Which I kind of expected to a certain extent. Oh, here, let me put my green paints away. I don't need them anymore. Might need the white. I'll leave that out. I have... Man. I was literally last night... I was working. I went and painted these yesterday, the diamond ore blocks and the diamond ore D20, and I spent a few hours on those. And I pretty much, like, yesterday night, I'm like, I think I need to raise my prices because I spent like 5 hours on Wednesday night just painting these. Like, it's like, oh, well, that took longer than I expected it to. So I'm gonna get more done in the span of 5 hours. But I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know. I don't want to fleece people. Oh, what I really need to figure out, I was gonna try and pick people's brains if they have ideas. I need to figure out like a bread and butter item, which sounds strange, maybe. Something my grandma has talked about. Like, for example, like a person who does like glass blowing art. They probably make, cool individual pieces and stuff, but they also make like stemless wine glasses because they're quicker to make and they're the thing that's going to sell. They can make a lot of them and sell a lot of them. The problem with dice is that I can't make a lot of them. Like, they take so much time to make. I need to figure out something that I can make like more of, or something that I could like make once and sell multiple times, which sounds weird, but I mean something like stickers. Stickers, I only have to like make the art once and then I can create multiple things from it. The thing is, and this might sound odd, I can't draw. I can paint, but I can't draw. I could. Do you want a sneak peek actually of the Would you like a sneak peek of the wallpaper that I am working on for let me just give you a little sneak peek of, that's the wrong thing. I need Streamlabs, not Discord. Let me give you a little sneak peek of the wallpaper that I'm working on for I think, no, that's not it. There it is. There's a little sneak peek of the painting that I'm working on, the digital painting that I'm working on for the Patreon, because I wanted to do some like wallpapers. This is the reference image. This is what I've been painting. But yeah, I can paint. Can't really draw. You'd think that they'd be related, but they're kind of not. Oops. Why is it not? There we go. Found it. Okay. Also just takes me forever to get things done, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out like something that I could do that could be quicker or I could use for multiple things. I'm not sure what that could be. Like, there's been some ideas floated. Like, I was talking with my brother about this yesterday, which is... My brother and I at one point were talking about making puzzles. We thought that'd be really cool. The problem is, like, there's a lot of things that it would be cool to make and people might be interested in, but there's, like, upfront costs and things, and if people aren't interested in it, then it's not really worth it. It's like puzzles would be cool to make, but also if no one's going to buy them, there's a certain amount of upfront cost with that it's just like not really profitable. It's not all about profits, but I'm trying to make a living, you know. But yeah, I'm brainstorming. I'm trying to figure out something else that I could make more of more quickly. Maybe resin stuff, maybe something resin. I've been doing some more jewelry. Jewelry's been fun. I did some like stone necklace type things. Those are also, you know, made individually, but they're quicker than dice, that's for sure. And those are pretty fun to make, actually. I should actually promote those instead of just having them on my store page, probably. Actually mention that they're there. Let's see, another dot here. Another dot. We're gonna fake it and put it there. Another dot here. I'm kind of making some of this up. Let's put the square here. And 2. Okay. How are the other sides doing as far as being dry goes? Excellent. I think I can do this side here. I think I want to look up the rules on Minecraft music and see if I can use it as background music even if I'm not playing Minecraft. That'd be kind of nice. I like it. It's very ambient. I feel like ambient music's nice for streams and just things in general. Not overwhelming. Over 1. Down 2. Getting all this stuff lined up. Also, how is the music level? Like, is it too loud, too soft? It's hard for me to tell because I'm just listening to, you know, Minecraft because it's open. I'm not actually listening to the stream. I have like some like bars that kind of tell how loud things are, but I don't actually know how well those translate. It's nice for me though. Nice sound volume for me. But I can always mess with the sliders in my streaming software. It can be changed. There's that. Dot there, dot there, dot there. A little couple squares up here. Oops, helps if I actually have paint where I need it on the brush. 1 square. 2 square. And a little line right there. Cool. Now all we have left is the bottom. I think we can do that. Cool. You know, I'm liking the gold. I might just end up doing the bronze for kind of the darker bits and then not even doing the highlights. I don't know if it'll need it or not because it's a nice bright gold as is. We'll see once we add the bronze if it ends up looking like too dark or if it's good, but it could definitely use, you know, something to give it a little bit of depth. And I think the bronze will work well for kind of around the sides to make it sink in a little bit. I'll be glad to have the basic shape here filled in though. If I can get the paint to move where I want it to. You're supposed to go there. There you go. You can do it, paint. I believe in you. Trying to line things up. There we go. That seems close. Seems close to what I'm going for. Like I said, we're faking it a little bit. It'll be close enough to be recognizable. That's what I was saying with the emerald ore as well, which should be dry now. It's like, might not be exactly like the ore, since I just did kind of the little squares, but I think it's recognizable as emeralds. So that's the important part. As long as it's understandable what it's supposed to be. Let's see here, and then there's these over here. Oh, here, I can move this forward a little bit. Let's move this forward a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then so apparently for painting, you're supposed to like hold the brush like further back. I don't think that works for this because I'm trying to do some very fine detail. But yeah, apparently you're not really supposed to hold it like a pencil because your hand will get cramped after a while, which I can attest to. My hand's definitely a little bit tired. But I think I want to do some actual painting again at some point. I have things that I am trying to like get done. So I'm doing craft streams. I mean, I always do craft streams or dice streams on Wednesdays, but Saturday I'm doing a craft stream. Here we go. That's enough of that gold. Oh, you can look at these. Ooh, all the pretty shyness. Well, we let that dry. Let's move that off to the side. And here's the ores so far. Slowly adding to the collection. What do you think of this? Well, while I wait for that gold to dry. While I wait for the gold to dry. Oops. What do you think of this copper? Because I worry that the... Oh, let me zoom in. Ooh! Forgot to lock that in place. Let me bring this forward and focus it. There we go. I worry that the colors in there are maybe not bright enough. I don't know if they're too muted and dark, some of them. Because I feel like they ended up being kind of a similar value to the silver. Although, again, things might look a little bit different once they're actually encased in resin. There you can kind of see the color a little bit better if I angle it. I don't know. I might just use it and then we'll see how it turns out. That might just be, I think this is at like 40. No, I can't do that. Just a second, let me. need to be able to see. I cannot grab the thing. Oh no, it's closer to like 20 apparently. That's looking... That's looking better. Okay. Alright. We're back to being in focus while it's on the table. Takes a second to do since I'm going into like the settings to do it. But yeah, still not... Well, I think I'm gonna pour the copper and we'll see how it looks once it's inside the resin, because it really does look different. Like these, I'm painting onto some blanks. These blanks are honestly matte, so they're not shiny. So let me... This is more shiny. So there's kind of... It might be kind of hard to see, but like there's kind of a difference to the silver when it's shiny. It's a lot more vibrant. So I'm just thinking maybe it will pop more once it's differentiated from the silver a little bit, and the silver's a little bit more shiny. That's what I'm hoping. I know what silver I used and everything, so if I need to remake the copper one, that's fine. I can do that. I can always pour another one. This is satisfying. I should stop doing that though, because I don't want to wear off the paint. But goodness, I'm satisfying to have these on. Alright, how's the gold doing? Still drying. The gold's still drying. Got our big globs of gold. Big globs of gold. Let me go back up to the gold. We're gonna do the redstone next onto the D4. I suppose. Let's start getting things out for the redstone. So I think I'm just gonna grab some red paint. This one I'm probably gonna need to like mix. The redstone I'm probably gonna need to mix some of the lighter and darker reds. You know, I just realized that like the title of my stream is painting some cubes, and literally none of these are cubes. This is a cube. None of these are cubes. I'm not actually painting cubes. I guess maybe I'm painting pixels. We can say that counts, but it's not actually cubes. I mean, the gold one. We'll just say that this is the cube. This is the aforementioned cube. These ones are just cube wannabes. We'll just ignore that. We'll just ignore the fact that those aren't actually cubes. To be fair, I was thinking of, depending on how far we get and what time and stuff, we might end up painting these cubes, turning them into some little logs to go with our other actual cubes. And my paintbrush. We do have some cubes. But I've painted most of my cubes already. I'll just set those there because it's kind of fun and artistic. So set these there because it's kind of fun and artistic. Let's make it so that we can see the there we go. There, now they kind of frame the camera. It's all fancy. While we wait for our gold paint to dry. Actually, the gold paint's looking pretty okay. That side might still be slightly damp, but I think we can move on. We can move on to our bronze, because I'm going to do kind of like a bronze color where there's the darker pixels to try and give it a little bit of depth. My bronze paint is kind of not great. It's very kind of not mixed well. Let me see if I can squish this around a little bit and see if I can get it to mix it all. But it's just like... it's kind of separated. And it's been separated, like, as long as I've had this paint. Put the lid on. I'm just going to try and squish it around a bit. I just want my paint to actually work as paint. Okay. I don't use this color very often, to be fair. So, maybe that's why. Oh, hey, it's actually paint now. Oh, hello, kitty cat. There's a kitty cat. There's a couple kitty cats in here. Move that out of my way. Actually, my red paint's in my way. I'm getting ready for the redstone too soon. Now my red paint's in my way. All right, let's see here. So there's a couple pixels here that are a little bit darker. Maybe it's too liquidy. I don't know. Let's do this one side at least and see how it looks. This paint might be too liquidy now. I don't know. It's a very strange sort of texture, this paint. We're trying it though. Not very opaque. It's not very opaque. Let me fix my microphone a little bit so it's actually pointed towards me and not my ear. Hello? Is anybody in there? Hello and welcome to Liz's stream. Yeah, things kind of ran together a little bit on that first part. I'm gonna... Yeah. It's so liquidy, and it does not want to cover. This might have been the wrong choice of paint. Doesn't seem to be working very well. And then we'll do one spot down here, if I can get it to... I think I have to kind of dot it. I think that's kind of what's happening. I can only do this one in like dots. Little dots of color. I say while trying to spread it around. Also, my microphone is still at my ear. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Oh. What do you think? What do you think of the bronze? Is it a little bit odd? Just like, let me fix the bronze up in this corner here because it was so liquidy that it kind of spread everywhere, which is not what I want at all. I think I actually have some bronze that'll stay where I want it to now, so let me grab some of that. And a drop, and a drop. We can hope anyways that it'll stay where I want it to. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Alternatively, I could add... Ooh, let's not stick my sleeve in the paint. Alternatively, I could add, instead of the bronze, add like yellow to the center as like a highlight. Let me do the thing again. Let me do the thing again. Or bring it up here. So yeah, I don't know, what do you think of the bronze for like a darker tone? Do you think it works? Or is it not good? Should I add some yellow instead? Maybe add some yellow as like a highlight. Let's go back down to there. Let's try a yellow highlight on this and just see how it looks. See if it looks completely weird. I'm just going to start by just doing a single highlight. I don't know. The yellow might be weird. I think the yellow's weird. I don't know. Do you think the yellow brightens it up, which is good, or is the yellow too strange with the gold? I need some opinions here, guys. I don't know on that one. I think maybe I like the yellow. I'm gonna do one side with the bronze and the yellow. I'm gonna let it dry. We'll start on the redstone and then we'll come back to that and see if we actually like it or not. Because I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it yet or not. You like the brighter color? Yeah, I kind of do too. I think I kind of like the yellow. I think it adds. I just worry that it'll look weird with the gold. Let's see here. I don't know, though. Might be fine. Might be fine. Yeah. Add a slight gold to it. That's true. That's true. I could. Pearlescent. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Although, it's probably going to be fine, even if it's not shiny, because it's all going to be shiny. It's not going to be glittery, but it's going to be shiny once I get it actually into the dye. I think I like the yellow. I'm looking at it on the screen instead of in person, and so it's kind of smaller, and I'm just kind of seeing the idea of it, and I feel like the colors match. I feel like the colors match well. It adds the right highlight. I do like the idea of doing like a pearlescent, but I'll be honest. The reason I don't want to do that is because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to mix paint. I'd rather just use the yellow out of the bottle. I'm too lazy to mix the paint. But I think that's gonna work. So let's let me go around and do the bronze, because I think looking at it from further away, that's the thing. That's something I've kind of realized. Is one of those things where it's like I know this now, but also I'm really bad at doing it. Is that like sometimes you just gotta step away from what you're working on and look at it from a distance. Your pearlescent is very bubbly. My pearlescent's okay. That's very strange. And that can mean like two different things. It can mean either like actually go and look at it from a distance and see how it looks, because sometimes you get so focused on like the little tiny details, especially on like bigger paintings. You get so focused on like the little tiny details, and then you actually look at it from further away and you're like, okay, this actually looks good. Those details really aren't that important. Or it's like, okay, I worked on that one little section, but it has made the whole thing better. Or it can also just mean just like set it down, go do something else for a while. Like there's definitely pieces where I'm just like, I don't know about this. This looks kind of terrible. And so I just like leave it, and then I come back to it later and I'm just like, oh, this actually isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. Maybe I was just looking at it for too long. And I think this is kind of both of those a little bit. both of those like, I've been looking at this for a while. I'm like, I don't know. But also once I just saw it smaller, like I looked at the screen and was like, oh, okay, I can just see kind of like the basic shape of it. This makes more sense. Oh, I think I forgot to add this. No, I got it. What else? I'm bad at taking breaks. I say that. I don't know. I kind of consider myself fairly lazy. I work really slow and leisurely. Get very little done. I say while getting things done. It'll be nice to have these on though. Alright, I'm just gonna do... I might as well do the yellow on here too while I'm here. Might as well. Let's get the little yellow bits done. So let's see here. I want this to be here. And then it goes across here. And then it goes down here. And a dot here. Also, the angle that I'm painting at, all of the colors kind of blend together a little bit because I have like the glare from my light is kind of reflecting off of everything. So everything is kind of washed out a little bit. And then I actually pick it up and look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, those colors are all different. I can see a difference in those colors now. Thank goodness. I'll move that a little bit closer so you can see. I feel like you can see the difference on your end, even if it's kind of small what I'm working on. Let's add some yellow here. Oops, that is more yellow on my brush than I meant to have, because that's going to be way too much paint. And then this goes here. And then, let's see, where else do I have yellow? Yellow goes over here. And I think that's all of that for the yellow. All right. So I've already painted. Okay, painted those sides. Let's do this side. Go back in with the dark. I'm quite happy with how these are turning out. They're turning out pretty good. I do wonder if this is going to be one of those projects that I do, and then, like, I get better at what I do, and then in, like, 6 months or whatever, I'm just like, ooh, man, I could have made those better. Although, to be fair, I made probably the first set of Minecraft dice probably 6 months ago. Probably that long ago. And I'm still kind of following the same pattern that I did there. So maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it simply cannot be improved upon. No. Just perfect the way it is. This bronze paint kinda sucks. It's trying its best though. So can't fault it for that. I really don't use this paint that often. It's just kind of clumping. This paint's kind of clumpy. It's like it's separated, so it's like the pigments all kind of grouped together, and then there's like a what's that called? What's the part of the of paint that is not the pigment? It's like the base. There's like a word for it that's like the part that holds everything together. What is that word? What is that word? I can't think of what it is. Does anybody else know what that word is? It's gonna bother me now. It's gonna bother me that I can't remember what that is. It really is the, not emulsifying. It's not emulsifier, is it? That's a different science thing, I think. I simply do not know. Binder. Binder? Yes. I think that's what it is. Binding, like a binding agent. I think that's what it's called. Now I'm going to second guess myself, but it's something like that. It's like a binding agent. Do, 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 do. Alright. There's those. Let's add the yellow. And it's just a little tiny bit of yellow. Get good at knowing these, knowing what these ores look like. Very good at knowing what these ores look like. Spend so much time with them. Take them out to dinner. What happens after dinner is nobody else's business. There's some more yellow there. And it goes down. Now I have to remember how to do this. This one's always the hard part because I kind of have things lined up wrong there, to be honest. Alright, I've got 3 sides done with the bronze and the yellow. I need to make sure things dry so that I can actually set the dye down on those sides. So I can really, No one saw anything. Didn't see anything. I didn't drop it. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah, things are getting close to dry. So we'll give that a minute. Let's see. While we're waiting for that to dry, we could probably start getting our redstone figured out. So let me just move over. Oop. I think I know what I'm doing on the line up. That seems close enough. I think I know what I'm doing on the gold now, so we'll move over to our next reference. And we're gonna go back to just doing like a few little spots on the sides instead of doing the actual block. Like, obviously I couldn't just copy the actual pattern directly from the block to like here, because it's not a square. That one I tried to copy directly. But let's see, for the redstone, we're just going to kind of take some of those different shapes that are in there. Ooh, come on, mouse. Ooh. Is it the cat hair? Is it the cat hair that's causing it? Ooh, my mouse is freaking out. Alright, yeah, we're just going to take some of these shapes that are in here, and run with it. I'm just going... do I want this red? I think I want this red. This red's better for this. I think this red's is closer to what I want. This one might also be a little bit separated though. We'll see. They're very similar reds, but I don't know. This one feels more fiery. That one, the other one feels a little bit maybe cooler. I want this brighter red. Alright, cool. So like I said, I'm just going to kind of steal some of the shapes and try to put them on here. So let's figure out some of the shapes. Unlike the other dice, I can't just set this one down and paint on it, because there wouldn't be a flat surface up. All of the other ones, there's a flat surface up when I set it down, but... So, let's maybe try doing this one that has like a long shape. It's like long, and then it has like this sort of shape in it. There's that. And then we can add, I think we could add a, kind of doing this upside down. One of these shapes. I think that works. And then we'll add like a little tooth. There we go. That seems like a good start to our redstone. Does it need? No, I think that's fine. This one's going to be fun to try and hold. I might have to do these one at a time, because I'll just set that there for now. Let's see how the gold one is doing. That's very wet paint too, so it's gonna take a little while to dry. Okay, this though, I think this one's looking good. This one's looking dry, so we can move on. We can move on to our other sides. You know, I take it back. I want my reference photo again, just because I think it's gonna be easier. Ooh, my mouse. I got a wireless. Just like I have a paintbrush in my mouth. I got a wireless mouse recently because my computer's on the floor and the cord was just like, it was long enough, but I couldn't move my mouse like where I wanted it to, so my arm was always at a weird angle. It was just kind of uncomfortable. So I got myself a wireless. I got a wireless keyboard too, but it wasn't responsive enough for me. So I'm just using the mouse, but hey, this is giving a chance for I was gonna say it's giving a chance for my bronze paint to get a little bit drier, but apparently that's not a good thing. Apparently that's not helping. So let's just add some more of the more liquidy paint. I literally just have a drop of paint on my table that I'm using. Alright, let's see here. So it's so clumpy. This paint is so clumpy. I do not like how clumpy this paint is. It is like all pigment or all binding agent. Just gonna try and move some of these clumps where I want them. I think that's my best bet. Let's see where we at. Oh, we're at almost 3 hours. I think maybe we can get these ores done. Oh, well, actually, what time is it? It's almost 3. So I started at noon. There you go. You can figure out my time zone if you want. People coming over at 6. No, not 6. 5:30. What am I saying? So I need to clear off the my dining room table. My dining room is like kind of in the middle of my house, and so like I'll get home and I have to walk through the dining room to get to any other section of the house, which means that things just stack up in there. Like I don't necessarily sit at the dining room table every night. And besides, there's only 2 of us that live here, so if I do, you know, I just leave half of it clear. But that means that, you know, I set junk mail and stuff on there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll deal with that later. And it just ends up all stacked up on the dining room table. And then we have people over for dinner, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I need to move all this stuff. Where am I putting all of this random paper and stuff that's ended up here? Hopefully I'm not the only one that does that, but these ones, come on. I just want a little bit of the pigment to get onto my brush. wash off my brush. See if we could try this again. Do a redo. It's just like, I don't know, it's like you can kind of see the dot there. Like, that's just all stuck together for some reason. So I'm just kind of trying to pick up those little dots and push them around to where I want them, because goodness knows they don't actually want to paint. It's a bit like working with oils, actually, now that I think about it. I hadn't worked with oil paints until I took a painting class back in 2019, 2020. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun class. It's been a while since I've done it had been a while since I've done any traditional painting, and it's also been a while since I've done any traditional painting, but I love painting. I think I have a painting that I did in that class on here. Yeah, there's a painting that I did in that class, a still life. Obviously that's from a couple years ago now, because it's been so long since I've done any painting. What was I going to say about this class? I do not remember now. What was I going to say about this class? My mouse. Okay, come on. Find it. Find it. There we go. Where was I going with this? I don't remember what I was going to say about the painting class. What was I talking about before that? Oh, oil paints. I hadn't worked with oil paints before that painting class. And so I didn't really understand what working with oils is like, because what I found out is that working with acrylic and acrylic paints and working with oil paints is completely different. Like, they are just two completely different things. Like, you'd think that it's just like, oh yeah, they're both painting, but it's just like, no. These work in completely different ways for completely different things. Acrylics is all about layering things, because you put down a little bit of paint, you go to grab a little bit more paint, and the paint that you just put down is dry now. It dries really quick. So it's excellent for like layering things. Oil paints is more like sculpting, in that you like pick up paint and then you try to kind of push it where you want it. There's not much layering. It's more kind of putting a color down and then trying to push it where it needs to go. At least that's how I kind of looked at it, because it was a lot more like this, where the color didn't necessarily want to move from your brush to the canvas. You'd kind of pick up a glob of it and kind of get it onto the canvas and then move it around once it was already there, because it didn't layer. You couldn't just go and put some of the paint on top of a different type of paint. It would always displace that other paint that was underneath. Obviously, you can wait for it to be dry or cured, as it was pointed out in that class. Oil paint doesn't dry, it cures. And then do another layer, but still. Alright, let's add our yellow. If I can get some yellow. Okay, there we go. There's some yellow. That's more yellow than I need. Okay. Let's see here. We've got some yellow here. There we go. Doing all of our little dots of color. And a little bit right here. There we go. There's another side done. Move on to our next one. I'm starting to get a little hungry. I might actually just wrap things up after I get the gold done, because I'm kind of hungry. kind of a little hungry. I want to go grab some food. Don't know what I'm going to grab, but I want to go grab some food. But we'll finish up this gold block at least. I'm happy with the amount that we've gotten done, actually. Like I said, I spent like 5 hours just making these grass blocks. These had so many layers, though. The grass blocks had so many layers. As you can probably tell, there's 3, 4, 5 different colors of paint in there, so kind of had to spend a little bit of time waiting for things to dry a little bit and that sort of stuff. We'll blame it on that. We'll blame it on the drying time and not just me, I don't know, waffling. I spent more time on that, to be fair, also mixing paint colors and trying to match it. To be fair, you probably noticed, like when I did this gold one, I feel like it took longer because I was trying to match it exactly to the reference. I was sitting there going, okay, here's this many pixels, here's this many pixels. The other one's just like, yeah, this is about right. This seems good. Come on, paint. Work with me here, paint. Maybe I should get a new bronze. Might be good to get a new bronze paint because this one's not cooperating. I don't use it very often, but maybe I'd use it more if I actually had one that was a little bit better. Maybe I'm just a what is the phrase? What is it, like a shoddy craftsman blames his tools? Something like that. Maybe that's just me at the moment. I'm just blaming my tools. How could you do this to me, paint? It's totally not my painting skills. It's all your fault, paint. I think I finally... Nope, come on. Trying to get a little bit of paint where it needs to go. And there. Needs just a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's looking okay. And we'll add our yellow, because that goes quick. And that goes up. And this goes down. I don't know if you can hear my stomach rumbling. Nice. Yeah, we'll finish this gold one and then go get some food. That seems like a good plan. Okay, that's all the yellow on that side. One more side. One side more. Another side, another destiny. No, wait. That's not quite right. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time. One day more. I know a lot of musicals. I was definitely a bit of a musical theater kid. If you couldn't tell by the fact that I stream on Twitch, that sounds strange, but I feel like there's a correlation there somehow. To be fair, I actually in school I was a band kid. didn't even do theater class. But also, I was that, I don't know. I liked all of the things. It's funny because looking back on it, I was probably the worst at band, maybe out of the different things. Although to be honest, I'm not a great actor. I like singing though. I like singing. I thought I heard a cat scratching at the door, but the cat that does that is asleep next to me. So I don't know what's going on. Unless one of the cats escaped out the window without me noticing and is now and made their way all the way to the back of the house, which is possible. But unlikely, I feel like. Seems strange to me that they wouldn't just enter back through the window. Might just be something blowing around or something too. I never think too much about random noises in my house since I have 4 cats. It's just like, yes, the cat's doing something. Ghosts would have a heck of a time trying to haunt me. I'd just be like, oh, the cat's knocked this over again, darn it. What were they doing on the counter? They're not supposed to be on the counter. Alright, let's grab a little bit more paint. Let's see here. That's good, that's good. That's supposed to be the dark color. This is also supposed to be the dark color, come on. And then... Ooh, is this a different song? Ooh, I like this so far. I like this music. It sounds kind of like mysterious. Maybe nobody else thinks that, but I think it's that kind of dissonant build up. It's just like, ooh, something's coming. I cannot get this paint to go onto the face of this. Now we just have the yellow left on this last face, I think. I just got my my paintbrush in the drop of bronze that I had on the table. All right, let's do the yellow. And this should go pretty easy. I think that's probably gonna do it. I'll just quickly run through all the stuff that we got done. Make a note that that's the red that I was using, so I don't forget. I'm just hungry though. I'm gonna go find some food. And we've been streaming for about 3 hours. So, I already had these done. But and I also had this one done. But we finished up our iron and our coal ore, which I had started yesterday, but now they're, let me move these back so that they're maybe a little bit more focused. Finished those up, gave them a few little highlights. This has some, like, very faint gray highlights in it. This one we added our darker brown. And then we went and got our copper done. which again, I'm not sure if it's maybe a little bit too dark in some spots. That green and teal might be okay. Might be okay. And then we did our emerald ore. We just finished our gold ore, which I think that yellow worked just fine. So where's the dry side? Set that on. And then I'm gonna start on the redstone ore next, and then this is gonna be lapis. I'm gonna do lapis in the D2. Yeah, so I think we're getting close. I need to get those two done. All the things that I need to get painted still is these two, the lapis and the redstone. I'm gonna make myself some logs out of these. These are gonna be turned into some logs. And then I want to get some flowers painted. Like some little tiny flowers. Some of these. But we'll have to do that at a later date. It may or may not be on stream. I might try and get those done so we can pour some resin at some point here. But one way or another, we're working on Minecraft dice. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. We'll be probably pouring resin on Wednesday. I'm gonna try and get some of this stuff done before then. At least these things done. Maybe not all of the flowers. But I do want to get back to pouring resin. It's been a little bit since I've been working on this stuff. So, if you want to come hang out then, that'll be at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This was at noon, so bit of a different time. And hopefully I can see you guys then. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you later. Bye!